Hello and welcome to another episode of the devlog of Runes of Aereal. So this time round I've been doing a real lot of bug fixes. So I'm already quite far in the game, and as you add more and more extra features, from time to time some things break. Of course, you've got regression bugs, you've got extra things that should be working in some way and are not working in that way, of course. So we've got quite some bugs, and I've also had to do a lot of tweaks. For example, I've done a lot of tweaks here in the probability tables, so that it becomes a little more nicer to play if you play just a run through of the map, for example. In the past few devlog episodes, you've probably seen, if you're following the devlog, that I've been adding quite some more extra options when going through the map. You can heal, you can increase the maximum health, you can receive gifts, you can receive a rune, stuff like that have all been added to the game. So these are more tweaks that I've done. Also tweaking some items here for receiving gifts and stuff like that. So it's basically some extra tweaking stuff. Also, what I've done here in the configuration, traditionally will show you all of the possible cards there are, all of the possible artifacts, all of the possible scrolls, all of the possible collectibles, and up until earlier we only had a few configuration items here. Now I've added quite a lot of configuration items. So, for example, the show the cooldown text. So if you remember from one of the earlier devlogs, so once we go through the map and we go to a map point and we go out of the map point because we continue our journey, for example, or we do one of the actions like do a battle or upgrade or whatever, and we go to the next map point, there is also a possibility to return to the prior map point. So it doesn't forbid you to do that. But there's a sort of a cooldown. So the next time you go to that same map point, within a few minutes, that is going to just tell you to continue your journey. So there's no possibility to go back and forth between map points and always do the same thing. For example, it could be something, a hack to increase your experience, for example. So I've added this cooldown. As standard for debugging reasons, there's a little label above it, the cooldown text. So if the set is 0, the label won't appear actually. So that, and I've added some extra stuff here for damaging. So all of these things that start with damage will determine the damage that the creature is doing to you. So there's a lower bound and an upper bound, and the lower bound minimum will be 3, and depending on your experience, the experience will be divided by a number. And then there's an upper bound, which is also a minimum, and then the experience will also determine what the upper bound is, and that divider is also the divider of that experience. So that means that the damage that the creature is going to do you is determined by 3 things. It's an upper bound and a lower bound with a minimum and a modifier for the experience, and also depending on the let's say, what's it called, a difficulty, it's going to also do a multiplier, a minimum and a maximum here that we add to that modifier to see to make it more difficult. So this we'll be able to tweak this. If we say, okay, on medium, it's just a little too easy, we can tweak this. And on hard, it's maybe a bit too hard, then we can tweak this as well to make the balance in the game more balanced in an easy way without having to modify the code, for example. So what we've also done is here how to determine the enemy health, how much health is this enemy having. It's actually based on the combat definition, and the combat definition will say, okay, this enemy it's a snake enemy, for example, and it's got like 20 health. Standard on easy, it will have 20 health. But then on medium, it has 20% more. So you can see it's a multiplier, it's a factor. 1.2, it means 20% more. Hard is like 2.5 times more. So it's really hard. So this is also something we can tweak in the future. It used to be 3, by the way, and it was really hard. I couldn't really play it. After like 4 battles, the game was over. So it needs some tweaking. And also what I've done here, if we use the shop, for example, here we can determine the merchant's content of what the merchants will offer. The merchants will offer a minimum of 3 cards and a maximum of 12, a minimum of 3 scrolls and a maximum of 12, and stuff like that. So this will influence what the merchants will offer when you go into the shop. So next, what I've also did is what I've also done here is in the statistics. If we go to the statistics here, so the statistic, quite a lot of statistics have been added here already. And next to the regular statistics, I've also added a second dictionary for the journey statistics. So where the regular statistics will keep the statistics of the entire game through the lifetime of the game over every journey with any character, this statistic journey will only keep the statistics of the current journey. So this is reset every time a new journey is started. And the idea is to show the statistics when the game is over. So either when you win or when you are defeated, the list of statistics will show. So for that reason, I have added a parameter here to the statistics string. So parameter is called parStatistics type, and it can have 2 values, journey or game. So game works in the way it used to work, right? It lists up all the statistics, and for the value journey, it will list up all the statistics in the statistics journey. But to avoid having to do this HTML appending here for the 2 types, what I've done here is I use this temporary dictionary, I clear it, and then if the statistics type is this, then we add all of the keys into that temp dictionary. Whereas if it's the other value, we add these statistic keys to the temp dictionary, and then we just loop through the temp dictionary, just getting all of those items into that string to show in the overview in the screen actually. So that's what happens. So another nice feature I've added because I thought it was really hard. I've also added some nice little feature. If an attack of a creature is blocked by the hero, by the player actually, now it shows. You can hear a little sound that denotes that the creature missed its target, and there's also a little pop-up which is coming, which tells it blocked. So I've done here is you'll see that I've also have a show hero exclamation, which is an exclamation object we set to a certain text, and instead of attaching it to an enemy, attaching it to a creature, we're going to attach it to the hero and make it disappear. So how does that look? Let me show you what that looks like. Let's abandon the journey and make a new journey altogether. Let's make it easy so it's easy to reproduce. So let's go to the first battle, start the combat. And we go into the battle. Yes, it's a spider, large spider kind of thing. So now it's going to do 5 damage, let's say, and luckily I have 5 shield. Okay, well, let's do 5 shield, and for the rest I'm not going to do anything more. Now it's going to attack with 5, of course, and you'll see that it gets blocked totally. Your turn. And it didn't get blocked. I don't know why. Good one, good question. 5 shield, let's do it. Enemy turn. Your turn. Okay, now you see it got blocked. I don't know why it got blocked. Didn't get blocked last time. Enemy turn. Your turn. Blocked again, yeah. So that's the way it should work actually. So let's go and kill that creature off here. Make it fragile. Victory is yours. So we can pick up the shrimp and the clamp and some other stuff, and we can see what's in here, and I can choose the coins, the Book of the Warrior, and then we've also got this antidote scroll, so we can select the antidote scroll and collect it. And now we should go into the inventory, and then you'll see in the scrolls that I've got an antidote scroll here. I've got this antidote scroll, which is great. So this is working really great. Moving forward onto the pre-alpha version. So I hope you liked it. As always, please like and subscribe, and see you next time.